Hey everybody, we're back with the next part of Scratch's Director's Cut. Go back to our save. Yeah, we were in a new room here and we just looked at this nasty bed and we looked at a book in here about photography. That's really all of interest there was. No pictures? No, there is a picture. Okay. Chilling, hanging out. No comment. You can see the trees a little bit. No comment. Oh, what are you doing, lady? Does she have boots on? I don't know. She looks like she has shoes on. She's lifting her dress thing up so she doesn't mess it up or something, I think. Maybe she's stomping grapes. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. Just a bunch of uninteresting books. Well, how do you know it's not interesting until you open it? Got Mr. Squirrel. Just looks like a burned out forest. The topmost sheet of paper of the pile had some curious markings on it, so I grabbed it to have a closer look. Meaning you put it in your inventory is what you did. There it is. So use the magnifying glass on the note. It was a piece of paper with some strange markings, and I was sure there was more to it than it first seemed clear. Okay, can I click the note? It won't actually let me read it. Okay, I guess you can grab... Yeah. I was carefully holding a sharp butcher's knife. You can either drag the magnifying glass onto the item or the item onto the magnifying glass. There's no new comments here. Okay, so I don't know what that piece of paper's for at the moment. Housekeeping, old, something. I can't read that last word. Housekeeping, old, something that starts with a V and ends with an A. It's not version. I don't know what that says. It does have some drawers. Give me something. Okay, he took a pencil. Let's drag it onto it. The pencil was very ordinary, yes. Can you draw on the paper? I managed to reveal what appeared to be a letter in Italian. It was the letter in Italian. I had to do something about it. So what did he do? Like, maybe it was like it had the impressions of the note that was written on top of it. And he used that trick you can do with a pencil where if you do kind of light shading over the page where somebody has written on it from the page before, you can usually make out what was written. I think that's what he did. But he can't read Italian, so he doesn't know. So I'll have to figure that out later. Let's see what else we can mess with in here. Another book. The Practical Photographer. So I'm gathering this is the housekeeper's room. I'm going to take a sip of drink. This is the housekeeper's room, and she was into photography for sure. That's what I'm gathering. Can't open any other ones. Just a bunch of uninteresting books. Yeah, nothing else we can do here. That I think. There's nothing else in here. He picked the book up, but he doesn't open it. But we got the pencil out of there, so that was probably all we needed. So there's another little chest over here, and then another door. Of course, another candelabra. Says the same thing. So this looks like the little forest outside. There's a bridge. Looks like another structure. And the bridge is crossing. Okay. There we go. Look like whoever stayed in this room loved photography. Yes, we have determined that. Can't pick up that. What else we got? It's just some useless junk. Looks like a cool fan, a comb, some kind of a perfume bottle. Latest stuff. Nothing of interest. No comments. No secret compartment. Okay. What is this? Okay. This was the scene we saw in the intro. All the pictures being hung up to develop. There's the fountain I was telling you about. There's the chapel. This picture's weird, like they look like they're ghosts in that picture. Like they don't fit with the scene. That was that room, yeah, with all the books, I think. Or no, that was... not sure. There's just a front shot. And there's one in the bathtub. So they were using this as a photo developer room. That is the kitchen up on the top shelf, I think. Oh yeah, I see it. That's the grinder on the table, and this is a door partially open, which was not open in there. We haven't been in there yet. This is what led to the housekeeper's room. So, but in this picture they're showing it open. Creepy. Evidently this bathroom has been used as some kind of dark room. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Dark room. Okay. Whoa. Cursor's going a little crazy. Taking a screenshot. Not sure that it took. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Yeah, these are those F keys that brighten or not. I'll just look. I can't look. because then it'll like crash the game. Maybe if I just press, no, F12 is a gamma. I think it's taking. So that's obviously broke. Hardcore broke. The smell coming from the toilet prevented any further investigation. Apparently the water wasn't running. Yeah, there's no water, dude. The sink was covered with a thick coating of dust. It looked as if the cleaning ladies had skipped this room. So yeah, I don't think there's anything you can actively do in here. It doesn't work. You can't take the light bulb. Okay, so nothing else to do except leave. And we'll go check that other door. I want to double check that he can't look here. No. Okay, so what do we have in our inventory? Screwdriver, envelope. What if I put the pencil in the envelope? No point in writing an address on it until I had something to mail. Got the knife from the kitchen. Got a pencil from in here. Letter in Italian. Okay. Okay, that picture was taken from like over here or somewhere towards the door, which was open. Anything in here? Countless jars and cans adorn the kitchen. Yeah, but is any of it useful? No, comment's the same. Okay, so the door to what I assumed was the basement was locked. Okay. Now we ain't getting in there yet. There was a door over here that led out of the kitchen. I think it's unlocked. It is. Okay, it's not completely dark yet. Nothing cool around here. Anything on the ground? No, just like a little cross path here. Maybe goes somewhere. I was about to say there's another messed up tree, but this one's actually pretty normal for the most part. There's a little path back here. Left. I don't think we can go right. Just turning behind me and looking. So I think we can only go. Did I overturn? Now I don't know which way I needed to face. That's going back. There it is. It's just like the hot spot on this is It's like right there. Okay. Okay, this is the chapel. Blackwood. Or just a burial tomb. Can't go back here. It's just open. Oh no, this one's tied up. A thick wire was tied between both handles, securing the door to the crypt. So, years of corrosion had stiffened the wire on the door handles, making it impossible to manipulate with my bare hands. I would need some tools to get into the crypt. See, all these things are the hints. Can we cut it with the knife? It was impossible to cut the wire with the knife. Can you pry it with a screwdriver? That wasn't useful. So we need like wire cutters. So, meaning we're not far enough along yet to be allowed to go in there. Yeah, there's only one path. Just make sure there's nothing on the columns. Nope. So we got to go back this way. Back through here. Is there anything above? No. So yeah, there's upstairs. There's a whole other floor in the basement. If we can ever get in there. I think we need to head upstairs now. It's the next area to go to. Stuck beyond hope. What if you put a knife in there? No, I couldn't hurt myself. Okay. Wasn't trying to make you, dude. Yeah, he won't try to. It's obviously a drawer. It has handles. But I can't make him do anything. Yeah, we didn't see anything useful here. Nothing. So let's head upstairs. Okay. Super dark. Alright, just looking around. I remembered that Jerry said a nice room had been prepared for me upstairs. Okay, now we're upstairs. Nothing. Mirror. Frickin' Cthulhu. Creepy. I know this is a famous painting. I mean, it's creepy. I've seen it in a bunch of games. I don't know what's going on with that. Looks like a death metal album cover. Got another door. Got more of these things over here. And there's no comment. There's another floor apparently. Yeah, because there is an attic. So 3 floors, an attic, and a basement, I believe. I forgot. So there's a door leading somewhere. There's a long hallway and another set of stairs. So let's check out this door. Another bathroom. So I guess this is what's left of probably a towel holder lay your wet towel over it. It just doesn't have the other side. I don't know. Looks like a potato sack shower curtain. Can't open it. A water basin. There's a couple of towels in the bathroom, but a great deal of repair work would be necessary before I would attempt to take a shower. Oh, you don't even have any water, so... Nice little lighting effect. Got another toilet. Nothing we can do with it. Apparently the water wasn't running. Yep, no water here either. This thing has a bunch of drawers. I took that one. The rag was relatively clean, everything considered. Okay. Nothing. 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 So simply just to get the rag, which we now have. Okay. I don't think we can put the rag in that. Looks like there's water in it to me. No, it didn't let us. Go back out. Yeah, the pictures on the wall. Can't zoom in on those for some reason, but... Oh, creepy. Bunch of hands. She looks like a frickin' doll. That's creepy. Okay. Guess they're dead. Oh, weird. Gonna have to blur that now. If I remember to. Which I better, right? They look happy to be there. We looked at the first one on the left, yeah. Just don't look at the booby picture again. There's another door. There's a door and a path the other way, and this is a door. There's all kinds of rooms here. I was unusually surprised after entering this room. It was some kind of gallery, its theme being African culture. Oh yeah. Something that looked like a lion's claw was firmly attached to a necklace. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're going to see a little long delay on the text. Just I have it slowed down so I have time to read it to you. Elephant tapestry, because otherwise it goes away too quick. It's like a bow of some kind. Doesn't have something to say about everything, but... All those masks, they made me feel very uneasy. They seemed to be guarding the room. Yeah, and one of them's awake. Says the same thing. Yeah, one of them's gone, buddy. The view of the central display case was nicer from the other side. Huh. Maybe I'll have something to say. So this is all the artifacts and stuff. Blackwood, was that his name? Got when he was in Africa, so he got a lot of stuff. He didn't just get a t-shirt. Okay, what do we got here? I wanted to look at the thing on the actual wall. Hard to tell what that is. Can't look at that one. That must be him. The lamp seemed to be broken beyond repair, probably the souvenir of a hazardous journey. It's a compass, a map, a flask, telescope, maybe some other kind of lamp. That's the only thing you can interact with on here. It's kind of weird. Thought I saw it turn into a hand. Yeah, it is turning into a hand. There was a note laying there. Oh, it's underneath. I don't even know if I've ever read this note before. I don't know if I knew it was there or not. World Art, 19th of September, 1962. Dear James, I'm going to make use of these resting moments to thank you once again for your kindness. Those shields that you have donated to us are wonderful. If it weren't for you, our section dedicated to African objects wouldn't be anything else other than a mere collection of photographs. Also, I've been looking into these Dalamar you mentioned. I have to say they seem to be rather fantastic. If it wasn't for your personal account of their activities, I'd dismiss them as old wives' tales. I found a few books mentioning them, and I'd be very happy to lend them to you. They will be mailed at once. I hope you can satisfy your curiosity. Cordially yours, Simon Russell, Director of Durham Museum of World Arts. Yeah, I played this game a couple times. I don't think I've ever known that note was there. It can be missed easily. I really don't remember ever reading that. No comments. It's cool. Very cool. Now what do you say? Now you have no comment. Oh, okay, the beautiful vases were mesmerizing. Mesmerizing. Really? Maybe I just have to walk over there. It's like you're not going to let me look at the last one? No, I can. Interesting. Okay. A pair of huge carved tusks were occupying a corner of the gallery. It wouldn't move. Well, maybe you need to kick it. Use the knife on it. This display case was holding perhaps the most impressive items in the room. really now. The bottom of the case seemed to have some kind of panel. It was firmly stuck in place. Huh. Alright, can we figure out a way to get into this panel? Probably going to try stabbing it with a knife too and seeing what happens. We'll find out when we get into the next video. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you there. Bye.